everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I'm making videos every week, a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I hope you consider subscribing and joining our little adventure family here. And today I figured I'd do something a little bit different with you guys. I'm gonna do some baking and I figured I would show you what I'm making and we can talk while I'm baking and stuff. Just something a little bit different, like I said, for me. So I'm gonna be making some shortbread cookies. This is actually a recipe from my grandma. My mom gave it to me. There are like a million shortbread recipes out there on the internet though, so I will leave it linked below because mine's just written down like in, I have this little notebook that I write down like our favorite recipes in. So I will see if I can find a similar recipe for shortbread and link it down below. It'll be easier than just typing this out. But I'm very excited to make them. Usually my mom just makes them and keeps them plain. I'm going to actually like dunk them in chocolate and put a little sea salt on them. I thought they'd be really good that way. So that's my plan. So let me get out all the ingredients and then we will hop right into making them. Okay, so this is everything you need. So I have some flour. I'm gonna use gluten-free flour, some confectioner's sugar, some cornstarch. I have some extra just in case back there, some salt, and a lot of butter. I like the Country Crock plant butter. I think it tastes just as good as regular butter, but it obviously doesn't have the dairy or anything in it, and it's probably a little bit better for you. So that's what I'm going to use to make my cookies. So the first step is to sift the dry ingredients together. I gotta sift the flour too. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, as you can see, I also have the GoPro going, so we'll see how this works out. So I'm first gonna sift some flour. I don't have like an actual sifter, so I'm just gonna use this kind of mesh strainer, and also I'm gonna whisk the flour a little bit in the container before I get it out. This tends to work pretty well this way. So we're just gonna take the whisk and kind of fluff up the flour in there first. And then I need 2 cups. I'm gonna use half cup scoops though. And then sift that in there. I feel like this probably is taking a little bit longer than a sifter, but that's all right. But I really wanted to do this with you guys because I personally love making holiday cookies. It's one of my favorite things to do. Let me tilt you up just a little bit. Around the holidays, I just love making holiday cookies. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's like my mom always made a ton of holiday cookies, even though like we didn't end up eating all of them, and like my grandma did too. I don't know, just something about making holiday cookies that really puts me in a good mood and makes me feel really festive. So yeah, I like to make holiday cookies. I would have made some sooner than now, but we still had some pumpkin pie left from Thanksgiving that I wanted to get through first before I made cookies. But is there something like specific you guys do to like really get you in the holiday mood? Like obviously decorating is so fun for me. And that's like always puts me in a good mood for the holidays, but there's something special about making the holiday cookies that just really puts me in a good mood, you know? So, and I have never actually made the shortbread cookies before. I have a couple other recipes that I usually love to make. Maybe I'll share them with you as the season goes on. but one of them is these like German chocolate balls that Matt loves. They're actually his mom's recipe. So I love to make those for him. And then I love to make snickerdoodles. Those are like my personal absolute favorite. And for me, it's fun because I get to try all these out to make them gluten-free, which can be challenging, but also fun because like Matt like loves obviously his mom's original recipe, but like he can't even tell the gluten-free version. And same with the snickerdoodles. They come out so well that like you can't even tell. So yeah, it's fun for me. This is obviously like taking a lot longer than if you had an actual sifter. This is what I remember from this recipe from when I was young, is that it takes a while to sift all the ingredients, but my mom said that this is like the key to good shortbread, is to really get the ingredients good and sifted. It even says to sift the dry ingredients 3 times. So this would, like I said, obviously this would be way easier if I had an actual sifter, but this is working out pretty well. And I'm getting an arm workout, which is always a good thing. Yeah, also let me know if you have like a specific holiday cookie that you like only make around the holidays, like snickerdoodles and these chocolate balls. I could probably make the chocolate balls all year round, to be honest, but like snickerdoodles for some reason, I like really only equate with the holidays and like don't ever think about making them any other time of the year. So for me, they're like really holiday cookies, like ginger. I know a lot of people think like gingerbread, you know. I'm just curious, like what treats are like the holidays for you? The other cookies I'm gonna attempt to make are these pecan balls. I know they're like Italian wedding cookies, some people call them. We always just call them pecan balls or pecan puffs in my household. And my mom said the recipe is just in the joy of cooking, which I have. So I'm gonna try to make those this year too. I'm just really excited because our families are both coming for the holidays. So I'm gonna try to make like their favorites. So like my siblings, I know my one brother loves snickerdoodles as well. So I'm gonna make those obviously because I love them too. Okay, those are before we keep talking, that's the cups of flour. So I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of cornstarch and 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar to this, and then start sifting them back and forth. So we'll talk a little bit, but I'll probably also fast forward through some of this sifting because that's a lot of sifting. Let's see if I can get 1/2 cup in this cornstarch. Oh, probably not. I'm gonna have to use what was I saying? Yeah, snickerdoodles. I'm gonna make those pecan puffs, like I said, the chocolate balls. I might buy store-bought gingerbread, like the Pillsbury gingerbread, because honestly, gingerbread's kind of, it's not like super hard to make, but you have like a lot of ingredients that like I would never use on a regular basis. So I don't know if I want to like buy a whole bunch of ingredients to make gingerbread. And honestly, the Pillsbury gingerbread is so good that if someone really wants gingerbread, I might just like pick it up. And these shortbreads. So that's the reason I'm like testing out the shortbreads now, because I haven't made shortbread before, besides like with my mom in high school. So I wanted to make sure that like the recipe worked with the gluten-free and that like I could make them easily, you know, before all my family comes and like, then what if they turn out horribly? So that's the reason I'm making them now. Plus, I've just been really enjoying having like special treats around the house, especially now that I'm pregnant. I haven't been eating like a ton of them, but like after dinner or something, I love having just a little bit of something sweet. So then I just need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Tesco, get down. It's probably about good. So I'm gonna whisk this all together first and then start sifting it. Yeah, so I've just been really enjoying having you know, a little special treat around the house. So I figured these would be a good one to have, to try out now. All right, let me just check on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sift back and forth between these two bowls. I think it'll just be the easiest way to go. So I'm just gonna pour some of this in here and just start sifting. Like I said, I might not talk through all this. I might end up speeding through because it's gonna take some time. And I'm trying not to make a mess. But yeah, so just should be like a fun time. I'm really excited, like I said, to have all my family and Matt's family come. They're not coming at the same time, but when my family's here, there's gonna be 7 of us in this house, and the dog and the cat, and I'm gonna be 7 months pregnant. So it's gonna be an interesting, they're not here for very long, my family, but it'll definitely be an interesting few days. We have some fun plans though. We're gonna go to the zoo lights one night. Me and Matt were supposed to go last year, but with COVID, Matt got restricted and we couldn't make it to the zoo lights. So we're going this year. I'm so excited. We're all gonna go when my family's here. And we have a Disney reservation for one night. Like I said, there is 7 of us, so we decided to just do one dinner out, and then we're gonna cook at home another dinner. My family loves to do like a surf and turf on Christmas. The only person who's gonna be here on Christmas Day actually is my mom and me and Matt, obviously. So I don't know what we're gonna do actually like on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but we'll find something good to eat. But the other night, like I said, we're gonna cook. So I think we're gonna continue that tradition. Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out the best way to do this. It's gonna take a while, like I said. But it should be a lot of fun. And then Matt's family comes after Christmas and through the new year. So we're just really excited to have family around. I feel like we'll have past couple years. It's just been me and Matt, which is fine. We are kind of used to having holidays by ourselves, but it'll be nice to have family around. I think the last holiday we spent with family was actually in Disney. And that would have been 2 or 3 years ago now. So yeah, I'm really excited. All right, but yeah, leave me comments. Let me know what you guys are doing for the holidays and stuff. I'm just very curious. Are you like worried about, you know, coronavirus and stuff? Me and Matt plan on getting our boosters before everyone gets here. So we'll see what my siblings do. I know my mom was trying to get her booster too, but I'm gonna finish sifting these, and then I will be back talking to you after I'm done sifting. Okay, making a little bit of mess on my counter, but sift number 1, done. I'm gonna go back into this bowl now. Let's do it. Okay, I'm almost done with sift number 2, and I've discovered, let me meet the TV. I've discovered that it's easiest if you don't have a sifter and you're just using like a mesh strainer like I am and a whisk, to just do a little bit at a time and just use your whisk. This seems to be working the best. Like the patting, it didn't work very well. This seems to be working the best though. This is taking a lot less time than that first sift did. So it might also help that, you know, I'm already on my second sift and everything's a little bit already like lighter and stuff. And then when you get down pretty low, I found that it's easiest to pat the rest in. All right, on to sift number 3. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just the opposite direction. So yeah, like I said, it definitely is easiest to kind of do one scoop at a time. And then use your whisk like this. I've discovered that this takes a lot less time. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to sifting. See you in a second. All right, so that is sifted 3 times. The next step is to add the softened butter. I'm gonna pop these in the microwave just for like 10 seconds max. They just feel a little bit hard still, so let me do that. And then I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna get my mixer thingy on. All right, let me bring you over here and we'll do the next part. Okay, so I have my KitchenAid stand mixer, which I love this thing. If you're thinking about buying one, totally worth the investment. These things are amazing. I'm gonna add my cup of butter and then mix this all up. Just say 1 cup, right? Yep. I don't know how many cookies this recipe actually makes either, so my plan might be to refrigerate some of the dough or freeze some of the dough if it makes like a ton. We'll see how that works out. Okay, I did a little messing around. I added a little bit more butter, not too much more, and it seems to be better. It's starting to like come together more. I think once I roll it out or whatever, it will be better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna dump this into some saran wrap and kind of make it into like a roll like you would see in the grocery store, like the prepackaged Pillsbury rolls, and kind of roll it up into a log and then stick it in the fridge for a little bit while I clean up and stuff, and then cut it into circles. So that's kind of my plan. Let me clean up just a teeny bit so I have room. Yeah, I just added like a couple more tablespoons of butter. Gluten-free flour tends to absorb the moisture and stuff quicker. So I find that a lot of recipes I have to do that with. Either add more liquid or like add less flour. Not a lot, just like a little bit extra. Let me clear off my counter a little bit. Like I said, I just find gluten-free flour tends to absorb the like liquid ingredients more quickly. So like the butter, the eggs, all that stuff just tends to like soak it up faster. So I just have to add a little bit more or a little bit less. All right, let me grab some saran wrap and we will do this. A brand new thing to cling wrap. Now obviously my mom's recipe says to like roll this out, but like I said, I'm just gonna try it this way. Just because I figured, like I said, it might be a little bit easier to like cut them and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in the fridge now before I like mess with it too much. But it feels pretty good, so I'm gonna stick this in the fridge and clean up while it's kind of setting a little bit. Okay, it's been like 25-ish minutes since I put the dough in the fridge. I'm gonna grab out a pan and hopefully this all works out that I can like cut them in little circles and just put them straight in the pan. So first I'm gonna heat the oven to 325. Okay, let me grab the dough out. Okay, I'm gonna set up the GoPro so that you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, so let's see if this worked out the way I envisioned. I don't know if it did or not, but I'll make it work either way. This is what I was hoping it would do the first time around, and it definitely did not do that. So, all right, let me pop these in the oven and I will show you them when they're done. All right, so definitely not perfect circles, but these are gonna go in, like I said, for 10 minutes into the oven. So hopefully they turn out all right. Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, the first batch is out. They look pretty good. I'm just gonna try one now, so let's see. Okay, here we go. I think they taste pretty good. I think they definitely, like, I would enjoy them more with chocolate on them. Shortbread are a dry cookie, you know? I feel like they just need something else on them. But these are how I remember my mom making them, so that's good. Okay, the next step is to melt some chocolate to dip them in. Hopefully this works out. I'm just gonna try a few and see if it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I just have some of these Enjoy Life mega chunks. My husband looked for melting chocolates, but he said he couldn't find any. Hopefully this works out okay. I'm just gonna dump a bunch. I'm just dumping a bunch in the measuring cup. All right, I'm gonna microwave this for like 30 seconds, give it a stir, and like continue to do that. Okay, I don't know exactly how long that took, but chocolate is all nice and melty. So I'm going to just kind of attempt to dip the cookies in the chocolate and then put a little bit of sea salt on top. I originally wanted to do this with dark chocolate, but they didn't have any, so we'll see how this works out. Google, stop. Okay, I'm gonna get the other ones out of the oven and I'll show you what these look like. Okay, so this is what they look like now. Like I said, hopefully they dry enough out on the counter and then I can put them in the fridge to finish, but we will find out. I'm definitely gonna have to heat up some more chocolate to the next batch, but I think it worked out pretty well and I'm pretty satisfied, so we'll see how they taste. Okay, I realized I never finished this video, but they turned out really well. I ended up popping them in the fridge for a while to set the chocolate, and it worked really well. They taste really good with the chocolate and sea salt, so good. I actually ended up putting them in a tin and I'm storing them in the fridge so the chocolate stays nice and hard and doesn't like melt out on my counter, but they're really good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little different than my normal videos, but if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and remember that I have a goal of 1,000 subscribers, so I'd love to have you join our little adventure family here. We would love to have you. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video, so I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.